Well, it's the end of May, and we've taken a little drive up to Midhurst and come to Woolbedding Gardens for the second time. Say good morning, Deb.
Good morning, Deb.
Yeah, well, there you go. Good morning, Deb. Come to Woolbedding Gardens for the second time. It's lovely here. Last time we came, the house wasn't in scaffold, and now it is. And they're doing a lot of work outside because the 15th century, I think, foundations weren't there, and the buildings were starting to collapse. So there's a lot of underpinning and things like that going on. But the gardens, we've just entered now, and it looks as if there's going to be plenty of activity to see. So there we go, Woolbedding Gardens, and we shall be having a little walk about. So when you come to Woolbedding, it's lots of little sectioned gardens, lots of little different gardens here, and it's lovely. I don't remember what time of year we came last, but we're hoping to see different things. The roses are certainly out today, and there'll be more of that. But look, it's immaculate, this place. These gravel areas have been raked, and they are absolutely immaculate. Yeah. Now, I don't know what sort of tree that is, but very unusual. There's quite a queue. You have to park in Midhurst if you come here. Park in the main town car park, and there's a pickup point there, and they shuttle you into the gardens via minibus. Very efficient, but I have to say the queue today, there were probably about 40 odd people in the queue, something like that, and it's a 16-seater minibus, but it only takes 10 minutes to for the return trip, so you don't end up waiting long, and it's well worth it, I must admit. There you go, more short. The nice thing about Woolbedding is how immaculate it is. You know, this driveway has been raked. The lines are parallel on it. It is absolutely immaculate. It's beautiful. And so the garden is divided up all into separate rooms. There we go. So around every corner there is something to see here. And the last time we came, the pool was in maintenance, was empty, there were holes in it. Before we get to that, look at this climbing rose. How beautiful is that? Absolutely stunning all the way around, across the arches. Little dog rose here. Beautiful. Right time of year to come for the roses, end of May. With the warm weather that we've had, of course. Stunning. And then over here, the beautiful pool, which was empty last time we came. Absolutely gorgeous. What a place. And a lovely little covered way here, very bright. Absolutely beautiful. Such attention to detail here. There is literally not a loose leaf on the ground. This is rather a nice approach to the pool through here, and it's just framed perfectly. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? You see the roses on the building at the end. I did some close-ups of them when I was up there, but from here it's just stunning. Look at that. Beautiful. Walking down towards this beautiful little fountain. Another little walled area of the garden. We've got some lovely roses here, which we can have a look at. The roof is clear on this very warm day. Beautiful. Look at that orange one over there. Look. Beautiful colour. It's nice because these gardens with their high hedges are quite protected, so whereas our roses have been blown out, here mostly they're still pretty good. One or two have gone over, but mostly they're still pretty good. No visit to Woolbedding would be complete without a shot of the lovely fountain, which has replaced a tree that came down in the storms some years back, and I'm stood completely under it. Oh yeah, look, there's my reflection. This is a colossal piece of sculpture. Beautiful thing. Absolutely stunning. Running water down the sides the whole time, and very lovely it is too. There's the church in the background there. We'll walk around that in a moment. And the house over there. I think Debbie is exploring the gardens in that direction. But there you go, that's the rather lovely water feature. So we've got a side profile of the house, no scaffolding on this side, which is rather lovely. Most beautiful rhododendron over there, looks huge. And this little folly here, which is beautiful. And then you're across the fields, the river's down in the valley over that direction, and we're going to walk down behind here and down to the river, which is where the beam pump is, and apparently the beam pump is working at the moment for another hour anyway, and so we thought we might go and have a look. Beautiful. Here's the rear aspect. Huge rhododendron here. Look at the size of this as we're walking around it. Look, absolutely colossal. And then down here, there we go, where there's that group of people at the bottom of the hill. That is the beam pump. So we're going to see if it's working. So last time we came, the beam pump was not operational, and today we've got here in time. And is it Andy? Yeah. Andy's here with the National Trust and has it open up and in operation. What a lovely thing to see. Absolutely beautiful. So there's the outflow from the pump house, which the guide Andy just told me dates to, this building dates to 1799. And there you have it, look, there's the outflow. And the beam pump engine, it just recycles back into the river when they restored it. But he's telling me that the levers really on the pumps could use to be restored again. I doubt that they'll do that. So it's, although it goes around and around, it's not actually pumping water at the moment, but it is very beautiful. So we're now wandering up. We're going to go through the Hornby March, and it's lovely and cool in here, so it's a nice place to be on this warm day. One of the lovely things about this place is wherever you are, there's somewhere to sit with a view. Look at that beautiful place to sit. And so lovely and cool. You have to watch your head if you're over 6 feet, because some of these branches are not all that high. But this is leaving the beam pump behind us and wandering up alongside the river. And there is a massive brick wall that borders the river here. Must have taken so much effort to build. Colossal. And you just get the feeling that this place was heavily invested in, and is still heavily invested in. I was just talking to one of the gardeners, and she said that they have basically 6.5 full-time gardeners to look after the whole of the Woolbedding gardens, which, when you come here and you see the size of them, is not very many. But she did say that they've got 35 volunteers as well, and I'm sure that helps considerably, and it is a beautiful place. Nice meeting you here.
It's so beautiful.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Mm.
So's the garden. These trees are quite something. I don't know if you can get an idea of scale here, but if I pan, all these trees that you can see in the picture are one plant, and the branches come down and they grow along the ground, and they sort of hop up like this for a while. But that is one plant, and it's colossal. Wandering down now through this lovely woodland path, and
Loads of bluebells out.
ah yes, yeah, as Debbie says, it's a bit, we've missed them, but the bluebells would have been out here. And this is in the direction of the pond, which you'll see shortly. There's carvings everywhere you look. There's Mother Goose, lovely roadie there, beautiful tree. And then down here, King Arthur's table. Look at that. No nights, but it's completely out in the sunshine, so it might be a little warm for today's picnic. We might try and find a shadier spot. But there you go. And you have the outlook up across the fields. So we have just walked from over there, where the little folly is. A stunning countryside it really is, but over here, if you look just about there, I think, is the beautiful greenhouse that exists here at Woolbedding, and then of course we're just all around open farmland, but everything is so well kept. Beautiful paths, it's lovely here. And then as we come around here, this is like a, I don't know if it was built to look like this or if it really is a ruin, but an old church. We're still walking in the direction of the pond, and as we approach this rather lovely window with the climbing rose up it, look there, all in flower. As we approach this, we can look down and you'll see the bridge crossing the water down there in yellow, and beyond it a beautiful pond. And we're going to go and try and find somewhere nice and shady and cool to have our sandwiches. Still headed down to the direction of the pond. That took someone a little while, didn't it? Yeah, going this way. Progress is slow. Debbie is distracted with taking her pictures every few paces, which is hardly surprising because there's a lot to take pictures of here. We have a fairly rustic staircase. This goes down to the bridge. The bridge crosses a little bit of the river and the pond. But, I'll keep filming because you can see the woodwork at the back here. There we go, look. That's your pond. That lovely roadie out on the other side. I can't remember if they were out or not last time we came here. I don't think they were. The water lilies down here. Beautiful. And then oh, so many dragonflies. I doubt you'll be able to see them on screen, but there are loads of dragonflies dashing about down here. Dragonflies, damselflies, all sorts. Lots of blues. Very nice. There you go. Yeah. Should we go and find somewhere to have our sandwiches?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. You can probably hear the waterfall, and if you look into the corner there. There is the waterfall. I might see if we can get a seat in there. Eat our sandwiches. That'd be nice. Last time we came, King Neptune was spouting water, but he's dry today. We've just stopped at this little summer house for our picnic. I don't know if you can see through the glass there, but it overlooks the pond and the waterfall. Looks rather nice. That was where we just stopped for lunch. That was the view. Not hungry now. That was nice. That's the job. Last time we were here, we didn't come up through this little bit. This is turning left at the waterfall. Go on, darling.
They make brilliant coffee tables.
Yeah, they make nice coffee tables, bases, wouldn't they? And look at this. We didn't see this before. Hey. There. Look. This is the source of the water. Isn't that lovely? Even here, buried deep in the undergrowth, we have sculptures. The ferns are quite high, but there's an inner pool there that you can't barely see. But there you go. Oh, that's some fun. Well, if you're going to have a water feature, have a big one. Well, I suppose you can't blame them for taking a nap. It is far, far too warm for a woolly coat. But there you go. They are definitely hot sheep. There's the greenhouse. We're heading towards that direction. Surprised it's not open. I've never seen it open, but I would imagine that here it would be very likely to work. But we'll have a look in a minute.
That would be shame this one is just gone over, because it would be a lovely shot through there.
It would through there to the tulip folly. This fabulous tree was in flower last time we came. And you can see that where the flowers are in the sun, they're beautiful and pink. But if I go back here, where it's in the shade, and we look, you can see that the flowers have no pink in them at all, purely white. It's quite a picture. It really is the most beautiful of trees. And it's really quite big. Beautiful thing. So we've arrived at the glass house, which I filmed last time we were there, but it's no less impressive this time. I've yet to see it open though, which is a shame. But all these triangular panels open like petals on a flower. And it shows you it on the brochure here, but I've never actually seen that. The size of these hinges are just colossal. It is really quite a thing. And then inside you see you've got these enormous, and if I put my hand on it, look at these huge hydraulic cylinders on each window to open it. So quite impressive. And it is extremely hot out today. I have to say, surprisingly, it's not as hot in here as it is outdoors. What colour of that leaf? and I'm not quite sure how tall this is, but I would guess at probably 40 odd feet, something like that. And, it's a lovely thing, it really is. And they've got fans blowing in here to try and keep the temperature down a little bit, I think. I'm surprised really that it's not open. As I say, we don't know if it still works. We've just popped into the church here at the Woolbedding estate, and people have worshipped on this site for more than 1,000 years. And that is quite something, isn't it? More than 1,000 years. It's lovely, it's very cool in here, very peaceful, as you'd expect.